All right, great Sunday morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Cesar Mascoro Jr. in with your 15 minutes to mastery. Today is our Sunday recharge edition, and today we got started a little late because we had some technical difficulties. I apologize. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a great weekend so far, and that you're getting ready for an even better week. Once again, my name is Cesar Mascoro Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery, and every day we come in at 8:15 a.m. to get your day started, or at this case, 8:22 to get your day started off on the right foot. And today we want to talk about something that is very, very important for all of us, especially today on a Sunday. But we start off with a quote like we always do. And today's quote is from John Brunner, which says, "To go faster, you must slow down." To go faster, you must slow down. So what exactly does that mean? You hear me talk about all the time how we must operate with urgency. Everything that we do has to be with urgency. Everything is about today. Everything has to be done in a manner that is about getting to the objective today. What time today? How can we do it? Well, and sometimes I can understand where that would get a little confusing and it can seem overwhelming. And so I wanted to come in and talk about that today because Sunday is our day to reflect. Sunday is our day to really take some time, think about what went right, what went wrong, what tweaks need to be made, what can we adjust so that this coming week we attack even stronger, even better, more effective, and get things done at a higher level. So with that being said, I want to discuss how this whole concept of slowing down to go faster actually works. Okay. So here is the thing. All right. I understand that it's confusing. It could be a paradox. It seems like an oxymoron, right? You want me to slow down to go faster. What do you mean by that? Well, what we mean by slowing down is really taking the time to focus on the work at hand, focus on what needs to be done so that you're not skipping steps, so that you're not missing details, so that things can ultimately lead to the goal faster. Okay. So it's about the focus. It's about the discipline. It's about the concentration and executing that task, working like one file at a time, as opposed to having 10 out on your desk, that kind of thing, so that you're able to move smoother. You're able to get done quicker. Okay. And now, how does that affect us in manufactured home sales? Well, let's think about it. Several different things. Your applications, for example. If you're not taking the time with that and your client's not doing it the right way and you're not involved in it, well, there's going to be information missing, which is going to slow down the application being processed. There's going to be incorrect information. How many times has your client input their income in the wrong manner? They go off a net when the bank goes off a gross. They're putting in wrong numbers and things get kicked back. And so now you've got to do extra work to be able to get those things cleared up. When you're speccing out a house and you're not taking the time to actually make sure that the spec or that when you're speccing out the home, you're putting in the correct information for the different products or the different selections. Or when you do get the spec back from the factory, you're not reviewing it. And then you go to want to order the home and then you find out something's wrong and you got to go ahead and get that changed. Or maybe you don't even spec out the home at all until down the road. And you're slowing yourself down because now you're trying to get the customer to go over things with you when you could have done it on day one. And taken that extra time, slowed down, gotten everything done, collect as many conditions as you possibly can so that you can move faster, right? But quality over speed. The quality will get you the speed. You need to make sure that you're accurate. You need to make sure that your quality control is there. And I'm guilty of it. I am guilty of it a lot. As a matter of fact, it happened this morning. Okay. I just noticed something and I'm like, damn it. So it affects us all, but we have to be conscious of it. You have to be aware of it. And that's why we're speaking about it today, so that you understand that you have to slow down in order to go fast. And we're going to explain here towards the end how you can actually do that and be even more effective, right? But what is the issue, okay? Or how is it that working with urgency all the time is misunderstood, okay? Or it can lead to problems. So like I said at the beginning, a lot of times folks will think that by us stressing, work with urgency, move with urgency, get everything done, work for doing things on day one, they seem to think that it would be overwhelming, right? But when we talk about day one of a sale, okay, we're talking about, and when we do this in our training with teams across the country and online, the sales part of it, the sales process on day one is something that is 15 to 16 steps that should have happened if you truly got a sale on day one. And part of it is the application, part of it is collecting conditions, part of it is speccing out the home, getting in contact with the factory, all of these different things, ordering site inspection if that's the thing that you do at your location, all of those things, which all of those add to the time of the sale. So many times sales consultants want to move on to the next one, want to move on to the next one, and they don't finish up the things on the one that they just finished up with or took a brand new deal on. And so they're moving on to the next, so speeding through when they should have slowed down, taken their time, and gotten everything done up front so that you can move faster. So that is slowing down to move with urgency. So that when you are done with this customer, you have just about everything, if not everything that you need, and you can then attack from there. Okay. But what happens is you don't do it. You have to do the work over again. It slows you down. And those types of things, that pressure can be overwhelming. There is no pressure in working with urgency. It's just a state of mind. It's a matter of fact. It's what you do. You're not raising chaos. You're not creating chaos. You're simply moving at a pace. You're getting everything done. You're being as effective as possible. And you require that of yourself and you require that of your team. But you can't require that of your team if you're not that kind of person. Okay. And there's a difference, folks. There's a difference between working with urgency and creating chaos. Those people that create chaos are those people that are always just pushing, but it seems like nothing is right. Well, that's not a good way to work. Okay. That's not a good way to work. Knowing what you've got to do, being confident in the fact that you understand the task at hand, but you can do it in a manner that will get all the details handled so that you can move urgently after. That's one thing. But being that person that is always, oh my God, in this, and oh my gosh, in this, and oh, we got it. That right there creates chaos. Okay. Big difference, because that can lead to customer dissatisfaction. That can lead to burnout. That can lead to stress, all those things that everyone wants to avoid, right? So we've got to make sure we're not doing. So what are the best ways to be able to get this done? How can we be urgent and at the same time slow down? Slowing down to go fast, right? We can go faster by slowing down, however you want to say it. We've got the top 5 list like we always do. Drum roll. First and foremost, I love this one right here. All right. You got to take some time to thoroughly plan out and prepare your week. You've got to be able to do that. Okay. Talk about that all the time, especially on Sundays, right? Sunday recharge. Think about that. Thoroughly plan and prepare. Yesterday during the Selling Saturday episode and segment, I was telling you guys about how if you should know what appointments you have lined up, right? You should have already spoken to these folks. You should know what they're needing, why they're needing the home, so that you can plan for this visit. If you're simply setting appointments and not truly planning that out, shame on you. Okay. You think you've got it that great. You think that it's going to be that easy. You need to be better prepared. You can't go into a battle. You can't go into any sort of sporting event as a participant in the game and not have planned. That's why they call it game planning, right? Game planning. That's what it's about. Prepare, plan, and prepare. Get ready. Attention to details. Your next one. You must be attentive to the details. especially when it comes to bank information, especially when it comes to the applications, because that's you presenting your case on your client to the finance company. If your application is horrible, if you're missing information, if it's got wrong information, you're not doing your client a service. You're doing them a disservice, and you're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing your family a disservice, because you're just wasting time. So you've got to make sure that you're attentive to the detail, especially when it comes time. Also, up front, and let's say you get through all of that and you're about to order the home, you best be attentive to that detail, because if that home arrives incorrectly, two things are going to happen. One, your customer is going to not want the house. They're not going to accept it. You're going to have to get that fixed. Man, when I left a place I was working at before, I know there was a location that had 2 or 3 homes that came back because it just, they weren't ordered correctly. That's a big mess. Okay. And it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of time, and it wastes a lot of time. So you've got to make sure that you're attentive to the details. Okay. Effective communication, especially with your client. You've got to make sure that they understand what the process is, what to expect, what's going to happen, so that they are not surprised by anything that comes up. They're not surprised by questions you may have. They're not surprised by requests that you make. Okay. Make sure that you are operating at a high level. Use checklists. That's another one. Have some checklists for your processes. Have checklists in place so that you can make sure, hey, do I have all of this done? Did I get all of this done? Okay. Oh, we're missing this. Let's go ahead and get that done. So that, because it's hard to keep it all top of mind, no matter how sharp you are. Use checklists. Okay. And then, of course, number 5, regular review and reflection. What went right? What didn't go right? How do we need to fix it? How can we address it? How can we adjust it so that moving forward, that does not happen again, so that we can move faster the next time? Regular review and reflection, which leads then to planning and preparation. You miss a deal, you lose a deal, you get a cancellation, you get a refund, whatever it may be. What happened? What went wrong? What could we do different? You messed up an order on a house, and now you've got to get it fixed. You've got to figure out a way to make this happen. What happened? What went wrong? How can we get it fixed? Which, by the way, I skipped on the attention to details. I was talking about what 2 things that could happen when you order a house incorrectly. 1, customer does not accept it. 2, they accept it, and then they hate you for the rest of their life while they're living in that house, because they wanted the dishwasher. You didn't get it ordered with the dishwasher. Every time they walk into that kitchen, they know they don't have a dishwasher in there, or they had to get it done themselves and it didn't get installed the correct way. And you are the bad guy, bad person. Okay. For the rest of their life while they're living in that house. Every time they walk through that kitchen, you do not want to be that person. So make sure that you're attentive to the details, but take time, plan and prepare, pay attention to the details, have effective communication, use checklists for all your processes and your systems, and take the time to review and reflect. On Sunday Recharge is what we do for the week that was and the week that's ahead. And that's the way, my friends, that you can slow down to go faster, but always, always, always with urgency. And it's always about today. But if you're prepared and you've planned, it's not chaotic. It's not chaotic to you. It's not chaotic to your clients. It's not chaotic to anyone in the office. It's not chaotic to anyone with the banks and the factories and anyone. It's just the pace that you move at. You guys have a great Sunday. Get on out there, man. I've got to get some work done here, so that I could get to another soccer game this afternoon. And then I'll be heading out on the road. It seems like I'm going to be on the road for the next 4 weeks. It's exciting. It's an exciting time. We'll miss the family for sure, but we're getting out and doing the things that we've got to do. And if you need some help with your manufactured home sales teams, whether you're a retailer, whether you're a community, please reach out to us. That's what we're here for. That's what we do, so that we can help take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level. You guys, make this a great Sunday Recharge day for yourself, and make this last week of May the best one yet. Until then, folks, I can't wait to meet you.